Welcome to the Video Game Town Hall podcast. It's a podcast from a website named Video Game Town, hence the pun in the title. I'm the host and mayor of Video Game Town, Jared Russo, and today, as always, is a man whose TV is working just fine, Grant Bruner.
It's true. My TV is all the time working. And in fact, when it's not, it's no longer my TV by definition.
Wow, incredible. Usually, Grant, we discuss art, politics, technology, ancient history, alchemy, but today, we're going to talk about video games.
I mean, I think that's just good politics to pivot to video games.
Pokemon Go to the podcast catcher of your choice.
A good reminder before we jump in is that we have a Patreon. If you go to videogame.town/donate, you can find links to our Patreon where you can get our bonus podcast, as well as other goodies, including Jared rambling at length about how bad various sports teams are. And if you don't want to do a monthly subscription, you can support us with Ko-fi. There's a link there. And if you don't have any money to spare, no worries. Please leave a review. 5 stars on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or the podcatcher that you like to use the most. That's at videogame.town/donate. Thank you.
Now, today, Grant wanted to discuss the worst console experiences of our lives. What brought this on? What was the inciting incident that sparked your neurons in your brain?
Well, it is worth noting that on the bonus podcast, the monthly bonus podcast on Patreon, which you can get for just $5 American, we had collected 25 of the best PS2 games. And it's easy to talk about, like, oh, what are the best things? And, you know, we're both long-time console users. And it got me thinking about times when things are not working as they they really should optimally be working. And I came up with a bunch, it was kind of shocking at how easy it was to be like, oh yeah, no, this was fucked up and bad. I want to start off with like a prime example. So I was primarily a Nintendo person. I was aware of other things and had like friends and stuff that had other things, but I was primarily a Nintendo person. And moving from the N64 to the GameCube, when I bought my GameCube with like birthday type stuff, I bought the GameCube, I bought Star Fox Adventures. I did not buy a memory card. And so when I started it, I was just like, welp, great, don't have a memory card. So I guess I'm going to play for as long as I can and see how that goes. And then, you know, I lost a bunch of progress and then went out and eventually got, because, you know, I was relatively young, had to go buy a memory card. And I think that is just like that was a very short period of time. It was like the PlayStation 1 and 2 generations that did it. And then it was like, oh, right, internal storage. Even if you have additional external storage, we should build in storage for it so people can save their fucking video games. The fact that you had to have a separate saving mechanism, you had to buy in addition, it did not come bundled with the thing, I think is abhorrent. Just some all-time bad shit stays at the top of mind of bad experiences on consoles.
This reminds me of friend of mine from college who as a kid didn't know you could save games, so he would just start Pokemon Blue over and over.
Oh no.
And see how far he could get. And then after like a couple months, he like realized he could save the game, and he was like, I'm so stupid.
Thought he had to beat all of Pokemon in a single go.
Oh no, I mean he never like beat it, but
that's what he thought was like the intended way to play that game, is to on a single battery charge play through all of Pokemon.
I guess so.
You got to save your games.
But I don't think I've ever had a bad experience on that level, other than I guess Red Rings of Death. You know, like I went through like 3 or 4 Xbox 360s.
I mean, that is a really that is really terrible. The amount, like, because like, listen, anytime you're building any electronics, a complicated thing, some small percentages are going to be bad. That's just the way that you're making things at scale. That happens. But that's not what the Red Ring of Death was. The Red Ring of Death was wildly irresponsible choices being made at Microsoft to ship hardware that they knew would go bad, and is pretty evil. I would say pretty evil.
Yeah, I would say from like '06 to, I don't know, whenever I graduated college. It was just one of those things where it was like it wouldn't work. I'd send it back. Eventually, I would like buy whatever the new model was, and then it wouldn't work, and I would sell it or trade it in or whatever and get like another new model. And I just like I kept doing it because like I wanted my 360. It was like the best console at that time. And it's insane how like I put up with it because it was like, well, how else am I going to play Halo and Call of Duty and Batman and all these other things? That is completely wild that like we all went through that experience.
Really bad. Really embarrassing.
Like, it's nuts.
They eventually were just like, okay, fine, yes, we will pay to replace your Xbox because we fucked up so bad. It does seem like a thing where the government should have stepped in and said like, oh, you're doing something that shouldn't be legal. I think something along the lines of like things not working as intended. I think how poor, like in the NES, which obviously is separate in design from the Famicom, because the Famicom, to my understanding, did not have this problem. But the NES, carts would just not seat correctly all the time. Like, all the time. Like, you flip a coin, whether or not you insert an NES cart into the Nintendo, and it turns on correctly. And, like, whatever, it probably would get worse with time as, like, pins and stuff wear down. But, like, really poorly thought out.
Do you remember there being a yellow light of death for PS3?
Yeah, and like, listen, like I said, like, yes, there were some problems, some hardware problems, but like, and you get that with pretty much all hardware, and it's not good. You don't want it, and some hardware will be slightly more than others, but it was nowhere near like the Red Ring of Death was just like an order of magnitude.
Oh, yeah. It was insane how ubiquitous and memed upon, but like I'm trying to like rack my brain and think of like any other sort of like doomsday scenario type.
It doesn't have to be a doomsday. It's just a bad experience. I have a bunch of them, so I'm just going to run down them and let me know if anything shakes loose in your head. Nintendo's
it sparks my imagination.
Nintendo's willingness to burn down every digital storefront they have ever made. How much?
That's just stupid.
I fucking hate it that you basically there's like. The Wii, unless you are doing straight up like DIY type shit, you can't get Wii games, and like obviously you can find some discs, but like there are games that were download only, and it was like, oh well, fuck it, eat shit. We're Nintendo. The you know, like the 3DS and the DSi stores are no longer. It's like it does make me wonder where it's like, are they just going to get rid of the Switch? Like, are they not going to allow you to buy Switch 1 games eventually? Like, I wouldn't be shocked if they did it. It's a very Nintendo-like solution to just be like, fuck it. We're not going to do anything. And, like, the Wii U stuff was very unceremonious. Or, like, they'll just end-of-life games, like, while, like, the platform is still around. The Wii U's chat or like posting stuff, like they just end of life that very, very quickly. And that is a huge bummer. And then there was a great Giant Bomb stream when they shut it down, but it's just like Nintendo really is unwilling to spend any resources to keep their online infrastructure up. They're just like, nope, fuck it. You don't like it? Oh well, tough. And I think that sucks a lot.
I remember there was like a big effort to like literally try to purchase everything on the store.
Yeah.
Like whenever like a 3DS store would go down, I remember my brother trying to like acquire a bunch of those things. Just I don't know. I guess he's sort of like a miniature preservationist now, where he's just trying to like get at old TVs and old consoles and old games and old physical media and stuff, which is weird because like they've got a lot of other stuff to try to pay for and afford. But whatever.
It's store, which is another problem.
Yeah, I remember the Wii, like the little bar, like the sensor bar, and that was an issue, but I'm still really racking my brain trying to think of any like quote unquote like bad experiences with the consoles themselves. There's always the games. Tons of those with the games.
Well, good news.
PC gaming?
PC gaming has its own fucking problems.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
Because I could go on about fucking like drivers and shit. But the Xbox One's user experience. So a really annoying thing that it did, and I think that it's probably gotten better with time, but a really, really annoying thing is, unlike most other interfaces, where you start at like the top of a menu and you drill down in like layers, there are many ways, or numerous ways, including like shortcuts, to get to like, let's say, like 4 layers down. And so, depending on how you would navigate to something, it was impossible, unless you specifically remembered where you were before, it was impossible to remember what the B button would do when you pressed it. And it would take you to seemingly sometimes random places, and that really infuriated me, that the B button didn't just always bring you back one menu up, one menu up, one menu up, one menu up, until you're at the top of the menu. That depending on how you got to the specific thing in the Xbox interface, the B button would do wildly different things, and that drives me fucking crazy.
Oh, I remember 360 Blades, and I remember what my series is now. I like don't really remember the user interface for Xbox One. I think we've had this discussion before, a very long time ago, where I didn't like the PS3, 4, or 5 like UI, UX at all. Like, I don't know where things are. I'm constantly struggling to like figure out how to like access certain things, or it's like I had that all pretty much like memorized for Xbox. So my experience is completely different than yours, and that like I don't have any complaints because it's like I just know where all the things are, and it works now. But I don't remember ever having real issues with that console in particular. I believe you that it happened to you.
I have 3 more that are Xbox things that drove me fucking crazy. This is not exclusive. This is not exclusively an Xbox problem, but it is mostly an Xbox problem. It is an Xbox problem number 1 with a bullet, which is that points lasted way longer than they had any right to. It was a total scam. Like the
achievement points?
No, not Chivos. Like points to buy video games. So you, instead of just having this video game cost $20, it was this video game costs blah number of points. And so the thing that makes Xbox the worst is that there was not a clean like 100 points is $1. It was like $1 made like was like 80 points. It was the worst fucking...
Carnival tickets.
It's terrible.
It's Carnival tickets. You can only buy Carnival tickets in pairs of 8.
And nobody ever gave like a good explanation other than, it's a scam to try to get you to spend money because you don't think of it as money. Like, I think that is the sole reason why they did it. And so like other places did it. I think Nintendo did points, and Sony did points as well. The way I remember it is, they did it, and that's not great. However, at least Sony, I can't remember Nintendo, at least Sony, 100 points was 100, was 1 penny per point. So, something was, X, you say, okay, treat this as pennies. Like, however many this is, that's how many pennies it is. Like, it's decimal based. Like, you can quickly do the math on that. The Xbox One, not being decimal, like not being based on like 1 point is 1 penny, was totally fucked.
Yeah, I completely memory hold that. That's really egregious. And I'll even take it a step further. Charging for multiplayer on consoles,
bad.
Please go fuck yourself. Fuck all the way off with that bullshit.
I think that it's pretty bad. I think that like there's. You could probably work. I think if I really had to, I could work up an argument on why it is you could form something, but the thing is that they kept like bundling more and more crap, and then making it more expensive to do the multiplayer, to the point where it's like, okay, now you just need to eat it as a company and let people have free multiplayer. Like if you paid, let's say, hey, listen, we want to have multiplayer that stays up. So one of the benefits of something like an Xbox system is that it would allow multiplayer games, many, like not every kind of multiplayer game. Some multiplayer games needed to have dedicated servers. But like, for example, if I wanted to play Mass Effect 3 multiplayer on the Xbox 360, I still could, because it was running on like the Microsoft infrastructure. And like that makes some amount of sense. But you're not asking people to pay a small fee to keep the infrastructure up. You're asking for like increasingly large amounts of money for your subscription service, which sucks.
It's penalizing console players where PC gamers get off scot-free.
It's not great.
And that really grinds my gears.
Don't love it. This is a 360 particular problem. Trailers and avatar items clogged up DLC menus for the entire life of the 360.
Yeah, it sure did.
That sucked so bad.
I was there, man.
I hated it. I hated it. It was like, I understand there are limitations of your system, but so poorly designed. Especially when it was something like a Mass Effect, and you were trying to be like, do I have all of the DLC? It would take so long to be like, okay, I have all of the, like, here's various trailers, or like, it would also have like demos would be lodged in there. A terrible experience. Miserable experience.
Take that and times it by 5, and that was Street Fighter, like, costume packs and colors and, Guitar Hero songs or Rock Band
miserable.
songs. Forget about it.
Like, I've heard Alex from Nextlander talk about, because he has like basically every song that ever existed in Rock Band, and then it would just, on the older consoles, it would just be like, oh, this is going to take like a half hour for you to boot your console.
Insane.
Not great. The last one I have written down is the arbitrary limits on the size of DLC and games. So, like,
you roll this down. What a sassy Grant. What a feisty Grant today.
For a long time, it was like, oh, if this is a game you can buy on like the Xbox service, that's a digital game, like it's released digitally. It had to be. It was like for a while, it was really low. It was like 200 megs or something was like the absolute max, and then they would like slowly increase it. And I'm sure that there were some technical limitations on why things were the way they were, but it sucked. And then it would also limit how big DLCs were allowed to be, which meant that like, oh, well, we're going to sell you this DLC, and so you buy the DLC part 1, and then you also then have to go into the menus and then downloads like parts 2, 3, 4, or whatever to get around this fucked up bad system that they had. A terrible experience.
Man, your hatred for these things that were 20 years ago is what I have burning in my heart now. For our next topic.
What's that?
I am so fed up with my inability to effectively emulate older games and consoles. Like, I can't do it. I tried today. I spent all day on my Steam Deck running a new thing. At first it was Emu Deck, and now it's Retro Deck. Old consoles, old games, ripping ROMs, ISOs, BIOS. And my success rate was like 2 or 3 games out of 20. And I'm like so fed up with the experience. I'm like, so now I'm like, should I buy like a retro handheld thing?
What are you doing?
But then it's like, I got to go through Android or whatever. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. It's a me problem. I understand this.
Just get RetroArch. It's fine.
Something always goes wrong. It's saving the game issue. It's a control issue. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's driving me nuts, and I hate PC gaming. I hate it. It's the worst. I just want to turn on a goddamn console, and the thing works, and I connect the controller, and it works, and I go. And anybody who ever defends PC gaming is a rube. Monstrous.
You slap some ROMs, and you just like download RetroArch. It's really simple. Like, you can just download it from Steam. Jared, have you tried RetroArch?
You know what? Maybe I'll just spend all of tomorrow doing it, and then I'll probably get nowhere close to being finished. Can someone mail me? I'll pay you money. Mail me a thing that plays PS2 and GameCube and Wii games, 360 games, DS, 3DS, PSP, Vita, and I'll just give you a list of the games I want, and you send it to me, and I just want to play them. Because
Jared,
I can't.
I've done it. I've run GameCube games on my Steam Deck. Trust me, it's not that hard. You can do it.
It's not hard for most people, but you know how like some people like it's like paperwork, or like, I don't know, my brother has this problem where it's like literally remembering anything, or like being on time to anything, or like it's like their brain can't compute it. My brain cannot fucking compute having to deal with like the Linux operating system on a Steam Deck, or like downloading these things and like moving them from folder to folder, and like getting the thing. I follow the instructions, I watch the videos, I use the guides, and it fails every time.
Is it possible that this is an undiagnosed ADHD problem?
Buddy, we don't have time to get into this. We don't have the time to get into what you're saying.
Because okay, so here's what I will tell. Here's what I am begging you to do. On your Steam Deck, just go to Steam, into the store, and install RetroArch for free, and then install like whatever the fuck like the content from is like the individual, like if you want to play a PSP game, PP SSPP, if you want to do like there's a various Game Boy Mupen 64 is an N64 emulator, like
so those are the emulators,
but
like the place where you get the games, that's opening Pandora's box.
Well, you have to know how to get ROMs, Jared, is what I'm saying. Like, do you not know how to get ROMs?
It's so fucking stupid.
Well, I knew. It's theft, right? So it's like
I'm downloading something and I don't know what's going wrong.
I mean, the thing is, like, if you were to get a dedicated handheld, you would have the same problem, or you would either like you would still have to source the ROMs yourself. No, like if it's a running off of like an SD card or whatever. You would still have to source the ROMs yourself, or you get one of like the things that are running like actual like cartridge connectors, and you would have to then purchase like individual carts or get like a flash cart, and then you would still then end up having to find the ROMs yourself. So like I used
to be a part of so many good piracy communities, and I used to be able to know where to get all of the stuff I needed, and it was beautiful. And then like, oh, I don't need that because everything's on streaming or yada yada yada. And now I'm just an old man, and people are yelling 6-7 at me, and I don't know what's going on anymore, Grant. I just want to buy a thing and play the thing on my TV. And thank goodness for Nintendo, by the way, because I can play Luigi's Mansion on my Switch, and it just works. It's great.
But Jared, nothing is ever you're never going to be able to buy a machine. I mean, I guess you could get some real illegal shit from China or whatever. But like you can't just go to get to like the retro handheld store and get a thing that's going to have it's every SNES game. It's like no. You source the SNES games yourself, and it runs them on the thing.
Well, first, yes, I'm sure there's some crazy thing that's tariffed to death. There is a DS cartridge that you could I don't know if anymore on Amazon purchase, and it had like 300 DS games in one thing, and I was like, oh, someone just did all the work for me. That obviously cannot happen for other consoles for various reasons, but to this day I do have that DS cart, and that's how I'm playing old Kirby's, because everyone just did the work for me. I think it's like a DS cartridge with like a SIM card like in it.
Not
like a micro
SD
in it.
An SD card, yeah.
Or,
like,
it
has flash storage inside of it. Yeah. I promise you, it is not actually difficult. It is, in fact, quite easy. Now, is it fun to go through and say, okay, I'm going to move the... No, it's not fun, but
Sucks. Can't do it. Hate it.
Dude, I am telling you that this is all of 10 minutes worth of work.
Looking at the download speeds that I was facing today, it was hours of failed work. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe people just need to come up to me and go, hey, listen, has anyone ever told you that you're stupid?
I'm not going to get into it on the show. You're not stupid, but I do think that perhaps you are looking in the wrong places for things.
Well, we can message later. This is not like a pressing issue. I can still play old Kirby games for now.
Yeah. The other thing is like whatever even laptop you have, unless you're if you're talking about 2D games, you're talking about you want to play SNES games or whatever, your laptop will handle that no problem. Like you can run those on your laptop easy peasy.
We'll see. I've just been watching a lot of videos on Retroid Prockets and AYN Thors and Portal 2s and stuff like that.
Jared, I promise you, I was running SNES games on a shitty computer in like the late 90s. You will be able to run SNES games.
It's not as SNES. Like that's easy. It's like once you get like past PS1.
Yeah, it's way harder.
That's where it's way harder.
It's more fucked up. But I've had good experiences. With the GameCube and Wii, emulating those is really great. That it is a great experience, I would say. The PlayStation ones are wonkier. They're also that's like, especially when you get into like the PS2, because not only are you sourcing the ROMs, you also have to source BIOS, which is, again, it's not like the end of the world. It's not like it's so hard to do, but it is an extra step. But like, you want to play SNES games, you want to play DS games or whatever.
Oh yeah, no, that's simple. That's easy.
Easy peasy, no problem.
Those damn 2 analog stick things. Speaking of using 2 analog sticks, we're trying to clean up as much as we can for this glut of releases. So there's a bunch of things that we're both playing. I'm sure will pop up in Game of the Year discussions. I really want to play Dispatch. I've been watching some YouTube shorts, and some of those clips, I'm like, yeah, I'm sold. I'm sold.
So as we're recording this, 4 episodes have come out, and I have played all 4 of them. And so while I obviously can't say how it, sticks to the landing, for all I know, the rest of the season totally shits the bed. I don't know. It's happened before. But
It has.
What I will say of what I have played is I think it is beyond just this is good to this is actually pretty special. I think that what they're making is actually like kind of shockingly good. Like I went in being like, it's ex-Telltale people, this seems like up my alley, I'm probably gonna like it, to being like, I'm actually legitimately impressed by what they've delivered.
Your write-up about this and some of the clips I've seen, yeah, I'm gonna carve out some time for Dispatch. I'm like literally juggling like a bunch of other games, but that's maybe like the next major thing that I want to get to.
So here's the really I think the great part about it is that the episodes are not super long. I would say there's something like, I don't know, an hour to 90 minutes. You could probably depending on specifically like how long you take to do specific things. There's probably some wiggle room there, but I would say an hour to an hour and a half. And so they end up being a lot like, I'm going to sit down and watch an episode of TV. And I think that it's so strong. And like they understand, they're delivering on the episodic nature of this style of video game in a way that Telltale never really was able to figure out. Like, Telltale did episodic games, but it was always like, oh, we'll try to do one a month, and then it's always like, oh, well, it wasn't ready in time, so it's actually like one every other month, or sometimes, hey man, what if it was 3 months? What if it was longer than that? Like,
got delayed.
Things got delayed, and like, it's better to delay it than put out a thing that doesn't work. But it does kind of fuck up the momentum of your thing, right? Which is kind of like how games, like, a good example is Life is Strange. They kept the episodic structure of the games, but they just said, we're going to finish all of these games, and like once after the second one, they're like, we're just going to release everything, all of the episodes at once. Which has its own quirks, but it does allow you to continue having episodic storytelling, which is good. But I've laid out like why I think releasing it like in once a week, you get 2 episodes, it benefits. Like it aids people going in and discussing it with other people, kind of like not necessarily live, like everybody's playing it identically at the same time, but you have a week in between these episode releases, and allows you to have like real conversations about stuff. Whereas if everything released all at once, you basically, if you don't want to get spoiled, you have to go, okay, I guess I'm just not going to look at like a forum or whatever. I'm not going to go to ResetEra. I'm not going to Reddit. I'm not going to look at it, because it's going to be like, these people don't have jobs or whatever. They race to the end of the game, and now they're all talking about the end of the thing, or they're way ahead of me. When it's something where you have a week in between these releases, you can actually like talk about stuff like it was TV and do it as a video game. And I think that's so fucking cool.
Yeah, but like, this is not 1995 where you get around a water cooler and you're like, can you believe what Chandler said to Monica last night?
No, it's 2000 where I'm on forums talking about video games.
That's true.
There's something about it that I just really, really love. And I think, in the piece, I embedded a really great video essay by Sarah. She's Canadian, so Sarah Z, but in my heart it's Sarah Z. She talks about like what you lose when you don't release things like episodically. When you like television specifically, it's not a video essay about video games, but it is a video thing about episodes and about not that there's no benefit at all to releasing like all of the episodes of a season at once. Like, it's not that there's zero benefit, but there are downsides to doing that, and I think that you do end up losing something when you just release everything all at once. And having something that has so far been so good and doing it episodically has me really excited. And like, I'm way more into it than I thought I would be, and I already thought that it would be a thing that I liked, if not loved. But I think so far I'm loving it.
What if I were to tell you that Vampire Survivors also has been releasing things over the years episodically in DLC drops? That was a bad segue.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that episodic, but I good on them for supporting the game.
Yeah, hey, this Balatro DLC is free, and it's super cool.
That is neat. I don't know. They must just have made so much money. It's the only thing that makes it. It's like a No Man's Sky type deal where you go, how are they funding this? And it's like, oh, they just made more money than you could imagine.
I mean, I think the game itself is $5. A lot of the DLCs are $5. And you get the audiences of Among Us and I guess whatever audience is left for Castlevania, but like, Balatro, I'm trying to remember what there's some other indie games that like crossed over with it, but yeah, it's just more characters, more levels, more items, more secrets. So I dabbled in that just to kind of poke around and see because it was free. I'm almost done with Pokemon Legends ZA, which is game I really like, but I can't put on any list because like I can't reward the sort of effort that Game Freak put into it. But like the magic is still there, like the formula is still there, and that like I like doing the things you do in Pokemon. But like at no point was I like, oh my god, they did it, they cracked the cut. Like it's more Pokemon, except for it's a lot faster, but also comes with its own weird set of problems. You can read that review on the website.
Yeah, it seems like the way people were talking about the first Legends game, they were like, oh shit, they're finally doing it. They're revamping fucking Pokemon. And then it seems like maybe this is a step backwards, question mark?
No, it's like a weird step in like a different direction entirely.
People seem not that it has not gotten any good response. Obviously it has. But I do feel like people have been somewhat down on Pokemon in a way that I wasn't expecting because people like that first Legend so much.
Yeah, it was really cool. Here's what I'll say. I've been getting more into Pokemon, the games, not like everything else, but the games specifically, more in the Switch era, because they got rid of random battles, so you don't have to like walk through grass and like a fight will start, and then most of the time it's already something you have, so you have to back out. Like, they just made it so it's like, you just see everything in the world, the animals are there, and they're as big as they normally are, so there's a sense of scale. Most of the Switch games have run like dog doo-doo. This one does not. It runs really smooth. I've had zero technical issues, which is like, thank Christ. But it exchanges the open world element and the traversal and stuff like that for, it just gets rid of it. And it's like, you're focusing on like this new battle system. I hope you enjoy the new battle system. I do, but it's a lot of that. And there's some like platforming. There's some like weird like scaffolding platforming to like get colorful screws, and you trade the colorful screws in for like some light upgrades to like your health bar or how much money you get or your catch rate or some other things. Very odd. And the final thing is I've been playing The Outer Worlds 2.
An Obsidian joint.
Grant, out of the 3 games they put out this year, this one is the best. In fact, The Outer Worlds 2 does everything The Outer Worlds 1 did, but better.
I have really warm memories of The Outer Worlds. My problem is not with the game or Obsidian as a studio. It's solely a Microsoft is under boycott by BDS, which is like the
still under boycott.
They are still under boycott by BDS. So
Jesus.
it's that is the ongoing problem. I have very fond feelings about Obsidian. I will say one thing, like, this is not a remark on the game, but it is a remark on the situation in which they are making the game under. People were posting when they tried to file like a support ticket, a support email with Obsidian. They now use AI garbage to handle that stuff, and the AI then was like, oh well, what you want to do is reach out to Obsidian, the people who make like software, not games, but like a task tracking software or whatever. And it's just like, oh right, this is what it is to be owned by Microsoft in 2025. Slop and garbage and funding genocide. So it sucks. I don't like being the downer, especially with a studio that I love so much. But it is always worth remembering that Microsoft blows so hard.
They are going to invest every dime they can into making AI work in the same way that a lot of these other companies are, and I'm just waiting for it to collapse. I'm waiting. When will it happen?
Things have not collapsed, but I feel like you can already sense the bubble has like it's starting to wobble. It hasn't burst, but you can see things like jiggling really hard.
How much longer can the charade continue?
We'll see.
Until we enter a full-on depression.
Yeah, but obviously, like, the folks at Obsidian, like, they have obviously made things that I have very, very, very positive opinions of.
So I'll be writing about that later in the week. Although by the time you are listening to this, you can probably read what I wrote, along with a Chronos review, something Grant wrote.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what that'll be? This is where you edit in a clip of you saying what you wrote.
That's what I could do. But I shan't. Yeah, I've continued to be playing Bloodlines 2, and I'm having a pretty good time. I think that like some of the storytelling that they're doing is like, some of it is non-linear, and I think that that's pretty neat. I don't want to make it out like I'm like near the end or anything, because I'm not, but I continue to like, put a couple hours in every week, and I'm still having a good time. I think if you went in wanting the combat to be impressive, or you went in thinking that it was going to like allow a lot of different like kind of like role play any way you want, if that's what you expected, you're gonna have a bad time. But I kind of knew what the situation was before I went in, so I feel like it is meeting my expectations, and which is to say that like I am enjoying my time, and I don't feel like I'm like, if I was having a bad time, if it was a game that like I just didn't enjoy at all, I would have stopped playing it. But I'm still playing it, and I'm enjoying it. So like, it's hard to say yes, you should go out and spend $60 on this video game, kind of like depending on what you want. But if you know what you're getting and that sounds good to you, then I can just say that I'm personally having a good time.
Are you ready for a quiz?
I am.
This quiz is based on some very slapdash research into both Kelly Blue Book and some third-party websites that sell Counter-Strike skins.
Okay.
The game is for you to tell me what is more expensive: a used car of various, companies. I'll describe the brands and the make and the model of the year, or random Counter-Strike skins.
We're going.
What is more expensive?
I had to calibrate. We're doing like the average Kelly Blue Book. We're not doing Kelly Blue Book low. We're doing like the average cost of this make and model.
Yes, in fact, I actually have pulled some real prices from sellers in the New York metropolitan area to get specific. And the Counter-Strike gun skins or knife skins are what some have gone for, because there's a lot of like resellers and black market stuff. So I've gotten high-end numbers on these skins and actual prices of sellers in my region for these cars. So you have to tell me what is more expensive. You ready?
Okay.
A 2019 Dodge Grand Caravan or an AK-47 Fire Serpent skin? What is more expensive?
So I'm going to go in knowing that there are some skins that I know for sure have gone for a lot of fucking money. But I also know in the context of where we are in society is that used cars are kind of going for a lot of money right now. So I'm gonna go the car is more expensive.
It is not. The AK-47 Fire Serpent skin has sold at retail for almost $5,000, and this 2019 Dodge Grand Caravan $4,400.
That sounds like a steal. How many fucking miles are on it?
A lot.
Okay, but that's still not bad for a 2019 model.
What is more expensive? The Lure Butterfly Knife skin or a 2017 Mercedes-Benz C-Class?
I mean, I know that Mercedes are expensive. I don't know how well they hold their thing. I think for my own sanity, I think I'm going to default more often than not when it's something that I think is like relatively recent, which is to say less than 10 years old. I think my gut is to say that it's more expensive than the skin, so I'm going to go the Mercedes.
The Mercedes is more expensive.
Okay.
This butterfly knife skin is $7,000, and this 2017 Mercedes-Benz is almost $10,000.
Okay. But still closer than you would want it to be.
That is correct. A 2021 Nissan Versa, or the gold Aberesque K47 skin.
Being that you struggle with pronouncing it, I'm gonna go. That's so fancy that it sold for $1 bajillion. That I'm gonna go skin.
I thought it said Albuquerque, but it's gold Arabesque. Yes, the AK-47 in solid gold sold for $12,000. This 2021 Nissan Versa sold for almost $11,000.
Okay.
Again, something that I think you should be able to mod into the game, like swap color skin, beep boop bop.
Yes,
because it's not
paying
real.
Thousands of dollars for a JPEG. It's real silly.
Like, what is game? Just mod the game.
Or check this out. Just don't have that one particular skin. Have any other skin. Like, you want to spend $5 on a skin. You go, like, yeah, okay. Listen, you love Counter-Strike, something you feel strongly about. Buy a skin. You could probably have a real nice skin for $5-10. If you wanted to spend $5-10 on a game that is otherwise free, and you just say, listen, I really love it, and I want to personalize my thing, I go with God. Do whatever makes you happy. But don't spend $7,000 on a JPEG. I think I can speak for all of VideoGame.town. Don't spend $7,000 on a JPEG.
Or in this case, $12,000.
Sure.
If you want to spend $5 and be Marge Simpson in Fortnite, go with God.
Yeah.
Even though God doesn't exist. All right. The Wild Lotus AK-47 skin, or a 2024 Nissan Sentra.
A skin. The Sentra can't be worth more.
The 2024 Nissan Sentra is $1,000 more expensive than the AK-47. So one is $16,000, the car is $17,000.
Still much too close for comfort.
I think that's the point of the game, is to tell you like how close these numbers are.
Yeah, depressing.
All right, the next. A 2024 Subaru Outback.
Okay.
Or the M4A4 Howl skin.
I'm going to go the car.
The car is $26,600. The M4A4 Howl skin, one of a kind, $35,000.
What the fuck are we doing, Jared? What are we doing with our lives?
I love this.
Oh, don't spend $35,000 on a skin. Don't do it. I'm begging you. Invest it. Go put it in your 401k. Go, or, you know what? If you're so rich, you just have $35K to just blow. Donate it to a food bank. Do something of value. Don't buy a skin in Counter-Strike for anything more than like $5 or $10. What the fuck are you doing?
I think we found our clip for social media. I remember there was an outrage for Hearthstone. They were selling $10 character skins, and people were like, what in the hell is going on? And then some people were like, well, it's just lunch. And it caused a ruckus back in like 2015.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to spend that money, but if you want to spend $5 or $10, it's not the end of the world. $35,000 is too much. It's too much. It's too much, Jared. This is also why Valve doesn't put out fucking video games, because they're definitely getting a cut of this.
All right, only a few more. The AWP is the most powerful gun in all of Counter-Strike. It's like the one sniper rifle.
The beloved
AWP, the AWP.
Yeah.
A AWP gun gear, spelled very weird, skin, or a 2024 Chevrolet Malibu.
Chevy.
No, it's the AWP. The Chevy is $15,000. The AWP is $18,000.
Jared, it's depressing.
A 2021 Ford Explorer, or the Karambit M9 Bayonet Doppler Sapphire skin.
There's so many words to that. I'm gonna go it's the skin.
It is the skin by $200. One is $20,000. One is $19,888. Finally, I have the creme de la creme. There have been skins that have sold for $1 million. I don't even believe these reports.
It has to be money laundering or something.
Yeah.
I don't even necessarily mean that it's illegal. Like maybe you're not doing something illegal, but you're doing stuff. You're doing something. You're not just buying a skin. You're doing something.
Here's the last one. A used 2019 Ferrari Portofino, or the Dragon Lore Souvenir Op skin.
I love humanity, so I'm gonna go with the Ferrari.
Now remember, the Op is the most powerful gun, because if you get that headshot, it's one hit kill.
I'm gonna go
Best gun of the game. Everyone's been using the Op since day one.
I'm gonna go Ferrari, Jared.
Used Ferrari is $205,000. The Dragon Lore Souvenir Op skin is $250,000.
Don't do that. Give your money to charity. Give
Video Game Town.
I mean, sure, but like, go donate that to the Red Cross. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I'm speechless. I'm out of words.
It's bad times. It's bad times, Jared. That quiz makes my heart hurt.
Looking up on the internet, case hardened blue gem, Karambit knife skin, 1.5 million. Case hardened blue gem AK-47 skin, 1 million.
They're doing something, right? This isn't just skins, right? They're doing something.
Op Dragon Lore with rare stickers up to 400,000. M4A4 Howl. This gun is on fire, 100,000. Glock 18 Fade, full fade. Boy, it's expensive. Desert Eagle Blaze, my god. Just mod the game. Just go into the files and be like, all right, color different, mod.
I mean, listen, there's reasons why that is not the same, but also I don't. Please, if you have that much money to spend to throw away on Counter-Strike skins, you need to be doing something different with your life.
Buy a basketball team. I think in competitive multiplayer, though, or in like official esports tournaments, you can't mod the game. Like, it'll check. But I think if you're just like playing against like normal people,
I guess it depends on what you're doing, whether or not it trips the Steam, like whether or not you're in good standing with their cheat protection. So if you're just swapping out a skin, it probably wouldn't trip it. But also, listen, man, I don't know. Don't fall afoul on Valve's anti-cheat stuff.
Well, that's it for the episode. Thank you for listening. Send this to everyone you know. Open your address book. Just share it with everyone who you've ever spoken to or loved. Go onto LinkedIn and just send this link to random people through a DM. And we'll be back next week with more shenanigans. Thank you for listening. You can follow us, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and you can follow me at Jared Russo on Blue Sky, and you can follow Grant at
grant.videogame.town.
Oh, there you go. I don't like the way Blue Sky does their naming convention, but whatever.
And then remember, you can get more content. If you like what we do, you can go to videogame.town/donate and start looking at some exclusive content on our Patreon.
And that's it. We hope you have a wonderful November. Remember, the 5th of November, the Gunpowder Treason and Plot.
Bye-bye.